Welcome to our Capital Recovery Center, where we focus on two key concepts. How can we help you with your recovery today, and what does recovery mean to you? Tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. to our coffee and conversation meeting, and Thursdays at 1 p.m. to our All Recovery meeting. For updated information, follow our Capital Recovery Center Facebook page.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our All Recovery meeting. My name is Karen, and I'm one of your recovery coaches.
Hey, I'm Craig. Good to meet you. Hey, welcome, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Michael, one of your Capital Recovery coaches. And welcome to our All Recovery meeting today. And what we got in store for this week?
This week on Friday, we're going to have our February recovery spotlight. So check out our Facebook page, share some positive comments.
Yes, and yeah, it will be out tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We have a spotlight recovery. And if you would like to share your story with your permission, it would be awesome for you to follow the link, fill out the information, and we can spotlight you in the coming months. And the purpose of the spotlight recovery is to try to inspire other individuals that might possibly know you and get them to start the process of recovery, because it's very true that some people will see you and realize how far you came from and believe that it's possible for them. So don't underestimate sharing your experience, strength, and hope. What else we got? Road coming up this Monday and Wednesday.
The row is going to be out on the 7th, on Monday, at the Vineland PD. And on Wednesday, the 9th, at the Millville Mini Park across from City Liquor.
And both of those row events will be from 10 to 2. You can bring your loved one, or it can be anybody that you know that's in need of some services for recovery or anything in that area. So bring them out, call us. You can come out there on those events and get some information to give to them at a later date. And preferably they'll be willing to come with you that day. But nonetheless, use that opportunity to help them if they are reaching out for help. Then you know we'll be there on Monday from 10 to 2 and Wednesday from 10 to 2. And you can always call us 856-391-7449, 1-800-236-2448. I know them numbers so much, I almost forgot my own number. All right, so what we got today? Well, we've been going over with something that we're going to do here at Capital Recovery Center. It's called the 8 Dimensions of Wellness. And we've been going over those 8 different dimensions. So far, we covered emotional, environmental, and today we're going to do a little synopsis of financial. So we're going to talk about one of the dimensions, and that's the financial dimension. And this particular handout comes from 2 different places, I believe. Matter of fact, I'm going to read How Do You Achieve Financial Well-Being? But I'm going to read something else before we get to that. But the How Do You Achieve Financial Well-Being comes from everydayhealth.com. Everydayhealth.com. You can get that from online, and you can get whatever I'm reading today from there. But I want to read some introduction to the wellness. So let's see what we got here. Remember, we're doing the 8 dimensions of wellness, and today we're going to be talking about financial. Financial wellness is a feeling of satisfaction about your financial situation. Finances are common stressor for people. That ain't got to do nothing with do with recovery. That's everybody. Yo, finances are a common stressor for people. So being able to minimize worry about this aspect of your life can enhance your overall wellness. So being able to minimize the worry, this will help you. Options for managing financial wellness includes having a household budget This is a big word. It starts with B, but it's actually a big word, and it's called budget. I mentioned before how I realized that I had more going out. You should do that. That's an exercise for you. Write down how much goes out, how much you have going out, electric, gas, personal expenses. Write that down. I'm not a budget expert, but this is the basic budget expert. Write down how much goes out, and then right next to that, write down how much you bring in. And you can start to see, hold on.
If you're in the red.
Yeah, it's saying you got 250 going out, but you going 250 that way. So this is important. You have to have one of the options for managing financial wellness includes having a household budget, starting a savings account and adding to it every month, even if it's just a small amount. Saving some, that's important. Saving a small amount is better than not saving anything. Saving some of your income in an emergency account, cutting back on limited unnecessary expenses, avoid credit card debt, donating to meaningful charities, shopping at thrift stores, utilizing the library for free books, DVDs, cooking meals, etc. Try tracking your spending. Didn't I just say that? Try tracking your spending to see where your money is going and set goals based on what you find. Now, remember, we're talking about finances. We're talking about the 8 dimensions of wellness, which is one of them talks about your financial. So if you're not dealing with your finances or looking to deal with your finances, you got to look into that. What we got there?
Vera Willis
Put that on the screen.
says, blessings, and I praise God for you, Mickey. Thank you and your staff. One of your mothers, Sarah, Virginia.
Oh, how you doing, Mom? Vera?
Hello, Mom.
Virginia Beach. Look, that's you. When you said you was going to Virginia, that's what I thought about.
Oh,
that's
the
something.
lady right here?
He just said, I gotta drive to Virginia.
Hampton, Virginia.
But when you said it,
Yeah.
I thought about her, and she on what you call. God,
Let's go.
that's something. But anyway, let me move. That is something right there. Wow. All right. So who want to take over?
I'll do a little reading. All right. So let's get into how do we achieve financial wellness. The article states financial stress and its potential health implications can seem overwhelming, but there are simple steps that people can take to improve their financial and overall well-being. Tie those together, you become more healthy. Everyday Health conducted a survey, as part of its United States of Stress Special Report, and finances top the list of most common stressors. Research has shown that chronic stress, such as stress you may experience from ongoing financial concerns, can adversely affect both the mind and body. The article states financial stresses can come from financial concerns, which affect a negative response to your mind and your body. A study published in February 2016 in the Journal of Psychological Science, for example, suggested that financial stress may actually increase the levels of pain that a person experiences. I never knew that. So you mean to tell me financial stresses can cause
Physical pain. That's when I read that, I said, yo, I never really knew that.
Yeah, I understand.
I can see mental. So the physical aspect of it, it says that it can cause physical pain. So you're trying to figure out
why my back hurt.
It is the budget.
Because
you're like, man, I picked up. You ever had? You like, man, I pulled my back, freak accident. You know how you say I got this injury, but it's associated to a budget. That's why 8 dimensions of wellness is important, and we talk about financial because we think financial stresses is just something we will go through mentally and not realizing that it's associated with something mentally and physically, possibly.
Yeah, that's something. Researchers found that the psychological experience of lacking control over one's life due to economic insecurity, I'm reading that again, was linked to increased reports of physical pain. Related, financial stress and wellness. understanding the problem. Let's talk about it. So how do you put the brakes on financial stress and its health consequences? First and foremost, if you are trying to change your money habits, listen close now, you'll need motivation or a reason, and it may not be obviously financial. According to a study published in July 2014 in the Proceedings of National Academy of Science, you are more likely to have lasting success if you identify an intrinsic or internal motivation. This article says you may have much improved success if you get down to the root of why you're having so much stress from financial concerns. So it says, if you identify an intrinsic or internal motivation, and what would drive one to change their lifestyle, it already talks about it. If you got to go to the thrift store and get some clothing, a lot of people are too prideful. You know, they might say, "Oh man, I ain't getting that knockoff." But you rather go through a lot of stress.
But it's important that you do that because, if, like you were just reading, if you go through those stages of changing something with your finances, it's okay because you might be able to do something later. But right now, you might have to do that for your financial well-being because if you, especially after you're educated and realize that your financial well-being can affect you mentally and physically. So
and
that's
also coming from recovery.
Yeah.
You know, we so used to trying to live this lavish lifestyle, and after we went down, hit rock bottom, it's all right to, dig deep and say, hey, listen,
I can't do that.
I can't do that no more.
Not right now, especially financially.
Yeah, understand.
Because when you think, like when he was right here, when he started off, he says the financial stress and its potential health implications can seem overwhelming. When you get overwhelmed financially, you basically throw everything in. If you've been working your recovery process and you start getting overwhelmed, I got a situation not too long ago. I was talking to a guy, and all he kept worrying about, I got to get the money for the moving for the sober living. I said, okay, we filled out the process for that. Let that take its way. Okay, when how much they paying? 1 month's worth or whatever. What I'm gonna do the week after that? I'm like, yo, you're going too far. You're getting overwhelmed. I said, don't worry about that. Sometimes you get so focused on that financial aspect of your recovery process that you get so overwhelmed, you say it's easy to go back to what I used to do.
And that's one of the theories people often used to say. Don't put the carriage in front of the horse. Let the horse do the leading.
Take your time. It's the process. Remember, recovery is the process. What we at? Finding you want to?
Yeah. Okay. Finding your why. Amy,
a professor
of management at the Yale School of Management in New Haven, Connecticut, and her colleagues studied the factors that kept West Point cadets motivated to excel in their careers over a decade. They found that internal motivation, like wanting to be part of the Army, was more powerful than external or instrumental motives like wanting to reach the same rank a parent had achieved years earlier. In fact, instrumental motives, which are extrinsic to the activities at hand, can weaken internal motives, which are intrinsic to the activities at hand. These studies authors wrote, translation, goals related to the outside world may reduce the effectiveness of intrinsic motives over the long haul.
Wow.
Yo, so it's letting us know that internal motivation is finding your why. This is so me, right? Finding your why. I listen to motivational speakers and spiritual advisors and everything. They always say, When a person finds their why, like their reason for you to exist, nothing can stop them because they so focused on, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm gifted at. I know what I'm supposed to do. So it says the internal motivation is so powerful that that's why when we be talking to people in recovery, and I say, if I ever can get you to just say, I'm done, I just want something different, that motivation right there is more powerful than anything. Any outside influence, internal motivation, something that's inside you that says, that's it, I'm done.
What does intrinsic motivation look like when it comes to your wallet? Perhaps you are spending sleepless nights worrying about having a sudden unexpected expense, wanting that stress out of your life. A motivation related to your own feelings is a powerful motivator to build a financial cushion. Reminding yourself of that desire every time you set aside money from your paycheck can help keep you on track.
Nice. That's good, because you gotta most of the times when we're doing stuff, if we don't have self-motivation or inside motivation, internal motivation, then a lot of things on the outside will dictate what we're going to do. We go to, or to use a biblical phrase, to go to and fro. If you're going, you just like the wind blowing you this way, this way, this way. But when you have that internal motivation in your recovery process or outside the recovery process, but if you have internal motivation to succeed, it can get you a lot farther and you won't be dictated by things on the outside. But that's something that has to be developed too.
A double-minded man.
Wicked. All is well.
It's unstable.
Unstable.
All is well.
So let's see, gaining a sense of control. Another way to increase your financial well-being. So we went over a few things. One of them was finding out your why. And this one is gaining a sense of control. Another way to increase your financial well-being is plan ahead. The act of planning ahead also boosts your engagement with your finances. Just paying attention to where your money is going and checking in with yourself to make sure your spending is in line with what's important to you can help you feel more in charge. I literally did this past weekend because I have so many different responsibilities, good responsibilities in regards to business. But I had to list them out, each one. Okay, where this go? Okay, that's the website, that's insurance, that's this. You have to list them. So once you do that, you gain a sense of control. I know exactly where it's going, when it's going out, how much is going out. So when you do that, you gain a sense of control, and that helps you in your financial well-being. The more you feel in control of your money, the more you feel in control of the rest of your life. Good God, that is good. That's a tweet. I'm gonna tweet that one, man. I'll give them credit later, but I'm tweeting that. The more you feel in control of your money, the more you feel in control of the rest of your life. We're talking about 8 dimensions of wellness, and today we're talking about financial wellness. So the more you feel control, if you're in control of your finances, you'll be in more control of your life. The more you feel in control of your money, the more you feel in control of the rest of your life. And that's every area. You gain some type of control in this area. And that's true in the sense, sometimes I remember someone and I would see them and everything that they had or how they did stuff was just like, I'm an organizational guy. I got it from my mother. My mom, she likes organization. She likes stuff in order. So I got that from her, right? But I remember being with someone and I said, man, your car is jacked up, right? And then went in their house and everything was beautiful. I said, hold on, man, this don't even match. But that's why it's funny, because if you gain a sense of control, you'll be in control in other areas of your life. Don't get discouraged. It's one area of your life is not as in control as others. That's why I'm bringing it up, because I literally know people that one situation is out of control, and then other areas of their life is fully in control. So the thing is that they have to work themselves up to say, okay, if I can keep control in this area, I should be able to keep control in that area. So you got to try to do it that way.
Strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths and weaknesses. All right, we got the professor over here.
All
He
right, we're gonna planning ahead. Let's talk about planning ahead.
That's good. Experience you got.
All right, planning ahead also helps you map out small steps to serve your intrinsic motivation and long-term goals. That's important because we are hardwired to think short-term. I never knew that.
Yeah.
We are hardwired to think short-term. All right.
Quick result.
In a study published in November 2016 in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, researchers found that having immediate rewards along the way help people continue working at long-term goals. Wow.
Stepping stone.
Stepping stone. And that's what we try to do here with people that we encounter.
Yeah.
You know, let's take care of the small things first.
Yeah.
And then we'll work. Like you were just saying about the gentleman. You know, let's worry about getting you into the house
First.
first. And the first month.
He was already past the second week after the first one.
Right.
I'm like,
Then we can work on getting employment. Then we can work on, you know, X, Y, Z. That's good.
plan ahead. Small reward.
So we still here at planning ahead, and I just like to read this little part that says, I have seen people make amazing transformation by taking constant small steps.
Wow.
Says, this is an author, Edward Vilger, author of the Yoga of Money Manifesto and creator of the course, A Year to Get Rich with Purpose. Giving that person a plug because they gave us that quote. And so if you want to go check out the book, you might learn a few things. The Yoga of Money Manifesto.
And taking constant small steps, minor steps.
Yeah. All right. And say related, what is financial wellness? Humans hardwiring can also help you stick with a new positive financial behavior, thanks to the power of
Inertia.
inertia. Thank you.
Inertia.
Mike, you know, he was struggling. He was struggling. Hey, that's all right. Thank you. Me too. I'm by myself. The laws of motion articulated by mathematician and physicist Sir Isaac Newton. You ever heard of that guy? He's a very smart guy. State that a body at rest stays at rest, and a body in motion stays in motion. Woo! Unless an external force acts on either.
Wow.
Wow. Some people are self-motivators.
And some people need it.
Some people need a push.
Some people, yeah, my mentor, that's what he said. He was working with me and another guy. And like I told you, I'm on fire. Literally the same enthusiasm I had when I met him in 2009. He said, he had two people he was mentoring. He said, man, Mike, I just gotta fine tune him. I just gotta show him what he can do and everything. He said, but his boy, he said, he don't even have a pilot lit. I gotta try to start a pilot in him. He said, Mike, he just like, man, he gonna figure out something to do. He said, but his man, it was both of them. We were two friends and he was mentoring both. And that's what that's saying. Some people, like you were saying, some people got internal motivation, and some people you gotta try to prime them to get up to do something, anything.
Yeah. In behavioral terms, unless we have a big reason to act, it is easy for us to maintain the status quo than to make a change.
Unless we have a reason to act.
Yeah.
That's why when a person is struggling with some type of substance, I always, my strategy I prefer to use is to tell them about purpose and then tell them about surrendering. And they say, well, why would you tell them about purpose first instead of surrendering first, and the opposite? I said, because if, like this said, if a person doesn't have a reason to do something, they're not changing it. But if you tell them, you know, you have a purpose for being here, that's why all those attempts, all those times you did this and you didn't die and whatever, you have a purpose for being here. So I talk about, you know, trying to motivate people or trying to get people to see that, you know what I mean, it's a reason for you to be here. You just got to get that motivation in yourself, because I can't give it to you. But that's planning ahead, right? What else we got under there? Something on the back?
That's it. The back part.
Uh,
You wanna read that?
yeah, listen.
Let's talk about it.
How good? You got it? Oh, how does this relate to your money? If you make financial choices to save an extra 50 from your check every week, for example, you could set up an automatic recurring transfer into your savings account, which is true. That way, taking steps to withdraw the 50 will require extra active effort. The path of least resistance would be to allow the savings to continue.
Wow.
It's good stuff. I actually got
Good
that set up too.
methodology.
I use it literally.
Or pretend like it's not even there.
Take it out. Yeah, just take it out instantly. Boom.
If you got the word, the stress of going to the bank,
Yeah.
standing in the line,
Yeah.
you know.
So we talking about 8 dimensions of wellness, and today we were talking about financial. And next Tuesday we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about is it intellectual?
Yes.
Yeah,
Intellectual.
intellectual. We're gonna talk about intellectual, and then we're gonna keep going on from there. All right. So hopefully you guys got something out of that. And look at all the other videos that we did on emotional. We did these so far. You go to our Facebook page or YouTube page, and you're going to do this. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a playlist I'm about to create. I'm going to put all the 8 dimensions of wellness, and I'm going to make a playlist, and I'm going to put all the videos in there. That way you ain't got to search around all the videos to find all the ones that we already have done.
Don't give your mother a shout out.
All right, Mother Vera, man. I'm going to tell my mom you was watching us today.
All right, mother.
All right, y'all. We see you guys Tuesday with another 8 dimensions of wellness.